Alright, just a little update on the mower project. I got the leaf springs mocked up. I have them mounted to the transmission pretty well. Um, they were so close. The bolt spacing was so close, but I'm not even gonna try to drill out these holes or widen them or whatever, slot them out. I probably could do it with like a carbide, but I'd be there for a month trying to do all three holes on bolt springs. So I just made these are the old shock mounts. They actually went on top of the spring um, on the snowmobile. The shock would mount through these holes here. Um, I still might be able to get the shock. Well, I will. I'm just gonna have to add on to it, make mounting tabs up there for the shocks. The shocks went this way on the snowmobile, and they rested up here where the back plates were. I don't know if I'm gonna do it that way. There might be a reason they had it like that, but I'm obviously gonna extend the frame to catch the back part of the spring, capture it with probably the thing that was on the ski. If I can find the damn thing. So yeah, I'll probably harvest. So these skis are totally clapped out anyway, but that's the thing that the spring would go through, and also the shock would mount to it. So basically, this guy, the spring goes through here, it slides on this pad, and then the shock mounts to there. So that would be upside down, you know, holding the spring in place. I was thinking about making a shackle, welding a piece of tubing there with, make a shackle, but I don't think that's necessary. Um, I think that's just fine, that little piece there. And then, obviously, in the front here, I just have a bolt going through the chassis of the mower right now just to hold it in place. I might go forward with the thing. I think I'm going to bring the whole thing forward. Those holes just happen to be there in the chassis. Um, the rear axle used to mount forward about 8 inches from there. I think I'm about 8 inches back from stock. Um, I have seen people use like a solid swing arm for a mower transaxle. I've never seen this done. Um, Obviously, this thing's gonna be. This is actually the start of my skid plate girdle situation. So this is gonna catch the two front holes, and then it's gonna be mounted to the mounting holes on the bottom too. So it basically tie everything together. And I might even have something up there too, with like maybe a support for the snout, and just tie the whole thing together so that it's all one moving unit. So that the transaxle's not overstressed by those two mounting points, because it should be mounted in 4 points. Um, yeah, I don't know. I may end up having to use some kind of traction bars or something to keep it from going crazy, but I really don't know. I don't think I'm gonna have any problems with this. Like I said, I've seen people have suspension with belt flex. It just happens that the clutch is right basically on that where that pivot point is. So I'm gonna have like another idler there too to keep the belt straight to the motor, and then it'll flex kind of at that point. I mean, we're not gonna have much suspension travel at all here. And then as long as I keep the pulley small on the back, the articulation won't affect it too much either. Like if I had like a big 10-inch pulley up there, or a big 6-inch pulley on the tranny, it would amplify the movement more. Um, I don't know. This is all just speculation. I don't know if this is gonna work for sure. I might just end up kicking belts over and over again, but that's why I'm kind of making it bolt on and reversible. I will be able to change it easily. Um, I really wanted to make. I really wanted to use these leaf springs on a mower. I think it's gonna be cool. And then for the front end, I got that control arm from a pickup truck. I'm going to use that ball joint as a monolink for the front axle, um, and that'll be it. Nothing, nothing crazy, but I just want full suspension, and I want it to have leaf springs. I think it'd be cool. Um, I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to do otherwise with fenders and seat, this and that, but it'll it'll come to me. Yeah, just a quick update on the rear end here. I think it's going to work out nicely. Obviously, when I'm going to make sure that at ride height with my weight on it, the transmission sits level. And I don't believe that I'm going to have problems with the thing cocking forward and back, because when you hit when you cycle the suspension on a leaf spring, the whole thing kind of just goes up and down like like a four link basically, because everything flexes equally. So I think we're gonna be good. I think I'm gonna have no problems here as far as that. I may have issues with like axle wrap. I don't know what's gonna be stronger. Like what force is greater? Is it the force of the belt pulling forward, or is it the force of the axle wanting to rotate under power? I guess that would depend on what gear you're in, right? So I don't know. Maybe I'll have some kind of slapper bars or snubber or something like that to make it not do that. So we'll see how it goes. That's all I have. Obviously, I mounted those tires. That one's flat. I didn't put air in that one, but that one has air in it. Totally changes the look of the tire. Shifting won't be a problem though. It's gonna have flexible linkage. Um, the clutch won't be a problem. Uh, so the only issue I might have is it might want to kick belts off, and I'll just have to see. Like I said, I've seen some really misaligned belts work perfectly fine. I've seen um, tractors come from the factory with a belt that does that. So, yeah, I've seen all kinds of stuff with V belts, and I think I'm gonna have a good time with this. The front axle is uh, I'm gonna make a custom front axle. I may or may not use those spindles, but because they are 7/8 spindles, um, we shall see.